Captain Umar joins us now to get perspectives on this ongoing matter. Thank you for coming on again today.
Good morning.
Well, looking at this, certainly raises a lot of concerns for a lot of people. But then you have those who are asking, with the military presence there, what kind of solution will that give us?
It's a bit dicey now. What you are seeing post-inauguration, I like to use that word, is actually what we are paying for the clumsy way we handled the Northeast pre-inauguration. That sent a message to all the local champions. Okay, that sent a message to all the local champions. Don't forget, lately one in Zaria actually tested the waters. And unfortunately what he saw was, not what he expected, because his timing and positioning were absolutely very wrong. You don't try someone coming out from a battlefield who is out to make or clear doubts concerning what happened. If he had probably done that pre-inauguration, he may have escaped with it, because we were still in what I call the doldrums then. And what you are seeing in the Niger Delta is also part of what happens. There are times if you do not seize the moment and make a statement, then even that little kid that you think shouldn't poke your eye will. So probably our army got its baptism in Maiduguri. I hope the Navy is revving up. The Navy is revving up for theirs. But the prospect in it is, again, lies opportunity for us to come out of this stronger, better, wiser. Sometimes, sometimes it takes challenges like this to burn the mess out of you.
Do you think it has gotten to what we'll be talking about, military action?
When you have a situation where the jugular of an already ailing economy is threatened, and diplomacy and dialogue and all those things you beg agitators to take as it was pre-inauguration do not work, then it's hard to swallow, but I must say you will have to muscle it out. Unfortunately, when that happens, there will be collateral damages on each side, but then sometimes the hard way remains the only way.
Does it look like we dropped the nation's security apparatus dropped the baton in the area of intelligence gathering?
You see, Nyota, intelligence gathering is misconstrued largely, even by the agencies involved. Intelligence gathering will come to naught if your intelligence analysis hats are not on the right heads. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. I sit in my room at my leisure. I visit the Niger Delta Avengers. I go to their website. I've been reading them for quite a while. I read every single thing Murdoch Agbonibo publishes. He used to be a colonel somewhere along the line. Now he's promoted himself as a brigadier general. From what I've read, from what Agbonibi has said, I have gotten 42 possible indicators and 16 convergences.
On their website?
Just on the website.
Of what?
Of the Niger Delta Avengers. Oh yes. If I read a book about you, your autobiography or something, before I'm done, if I put it side by side the Nyota I know, there will be convergences and there will be deviations. That is intelligence. Now analyzing it and bringing it to fruition to drive your strategy is another thing. That middle link, analysis, is something we have to work seriously on. And analysis is a broad-minded approach. Analysis is not necessarily going to be even done by soldiers. It's a skill set. It's a calling. And those that can do it for you cut across even all sorts of fields. A medical doctor could actually do analysis for you. if we brought drugs from your dustbin, I could bring in a doctor and say, what drugs are these? And he says, oh, they are for XYZ. And I know Neota has this ailment. So I know which hospitals to watch out. When you come see your doctor, I pick you up from your dustbin. So analysis is crawling, intelligence is crawling everywhere actually. You know, intelligence is information that has been processed. It's not the unavailability of intelligence. It's not about the unavailability of equipment, as we like to say, but we need to do sound intelligence analysis. Very sound intelligence analysis. I mean, there's open source intelligence. That one you can gather over, you know, just like over-the-counter drugs, you can buy open source intelligence everywhere. Don't forget, these people are in Nigeria, 2016 Earth. They don't come from Mars. But putting it all together, bringing out a picture, and then driving the policies and the strategies from what we've been able to glean off is where I think the challenge is.
You know, sorry, Chamberlain, because I still want us to look at the alternative before we get to the military action. Don't forget that we've always talked about the terrain, the topography, and when you put that side by side with what has happened between even the United States and the Vietnamese, you understand when they say sometimes we just might be doing ourselves a world of good if we come to the discussion table. Military might, action, and what finally or ultimately comes to the environment and women and children, which we know are usually casualties, even though the statutes, the international statutes, have told us not to touch these ones. Aren't there better ways the government can make incursion to this group or people who are causing this havoc?
Of course, there are better ways. These better ways can actually be applied provided we are open-minded and we are not given to stereotype. Some of these better ways may sound crazy, but they are just the right way. Some of them may even sound unacceptable. I have proffered a solution to bunkering. And the first general I took it to said, Aliyu, you are here again. You want to sack me. But that's what should happen. And it will just, it's about hitting that 20% that informs the 80. Let me give you an example in this situation. If you go to the web, if you gather as much literature as you can and read about the Niger Delta situation as far back as shortly before the Civil War, you discover that there is indeed a concern. Okay? Put that aside. Also weigh that against the fact that this concern is stoked, is conflagrated by what I can call joint contributors of irresponsible governance at the ward, village, local government up to the federal level. Okay? There are co-conspirators within the Niger Delta who benefit immensely from that which poisons, kills, cheats and deprives their own children. Nobody sees that. Don't forget, of blessed memory, Gamalil Onosode. He had to wade into that area at a point when the youth were devouring their own elders. Okay? Good. I was privileged to be in service somewhere around then. Having done that, secondly, that's now, thirdly, we come back again and look at the means that is being used to address it by the aggrieved. It's actually looking like, okay, we want to fight to protect this room. I mean, tactically, there is already a misnomer when you decide to make the room you are protecting the battleground. I don't need to fight you, I just allow you to destroy it for me, since that is your aim. And that's what the NDA is doing, which in itself exposes some concerns. You begin to wonder, is this really a genuine team, a group, or are they just people who are being sponsored? Don't forget, We have a larger-than-life opposition that never believed they could be defeated. I am apolitical. And they were. They are still licking those wounds from their vituperations and utterances. You know, these people don't know how to manage defeat. Next, you're going after corruption. Don't expect corrupt people not to give you a fight. No corrupt man is going to come out and show you his face and say, I'm fighting you. But they have the finances to stoke anything that will make you discreditable. All these are part of these 43 indicators I'm talking about. If you go and read Modoc Bonibi's website, though it's a very skeletal website, and you know what to look for, you will actually profile everything he said, put your literature and newspaper publications together, compare them. You're going to see convergences and deviations.
Okay, if I could just, if that is done, that will be, correct me if I'm wrong, with a view to addressing the immediate challenge of stopping these bombings here and there.